Masters of improvisational music, young and old, male and female, came together to create and celebrate their work as never before seen in the South. Over 20 musicians gathered from across the nation to Chattanooga, Tennessee, to present the nation's most innovative and dynamic music. The event was held at the Hunter Museum of Art, overlooking the Tennessee River. In his last featured performance, the country's last traveling minstrel banjo player, Abner Jay, charmed and educated the audiences with his versions of Swanee River and St. James Infirmary. He referred to himself as a dinosaur, the last of his kind here on Earth. Abner Jay died in December 1993, leaving a legacy as a musician and historian of lost culture.
People made ways of amusing themselves years ago. And if the economy doesn't get any better, you're going to find ways to amuse yourself again. See, and I'm making sense, and I know I'm making sense. See, and this is known as the ham bone. And in the 20s, one of the biggest things going was the ham bone. And a boy could make more money on the street corner beating ham bone than his daddy could make working on a steady job. Now look, folks, don't get me wrong. White man's a smart man. He made a cotton picker, so I won't have to pick cotton no more. Don't get me wrong, friends. White man's a smart man. He made a tractor, so I wouldn't have to walk behind the mule no more. And I walked behind the mule so long, I could look at the mule's tail and tell you what time it was. And long about 12 o'clock noon, when the mule started sweating, smelled like collard greens cooking. Don't get me wrong, friend. White man's a smart man. He made electric lights so I could see how to go to the bathroom in the dark. Don't get me wrong, friend. White man's a smart man. He even beat the Russians to the moon. He beat the Yugoslavians to the moon. He beat the Chinese to the moon. He beat the Vietnamese to the moon. He beat the Lebanese to the moon. One thing a white man can't do, he can't beat no handball. If you ain't never seen an old black dude beat the handball, you ain't never seen it done right. And if you ain't never seen this old black dude beat the handball, you still ain't never seen it done right. And talk is cheap. Ham bone, hammy in the hole. Give me a pretty girl, show you how to hold her. Give me an ugly girl, show you how to miss her. Give me a pretty girl, show you how to kiss her. I want a gal who's nice and fine. Come on, love me all the time. Not an ugly woman like old Mag. She ain't nothing but a nag and a hag. I got a gal, she's 9 feet tall. She sleeps in the kitchen with her feet in the hall. I got a gal, she's 3 feet tall. She sleeps in the kitchen with her feet in the kitchen. I got a gal, she's 2 feet tall. She ain't got no damn feet at all. My old missus promised me before she died, she set me free. She lived so long, her head got bald. She got out of notion of dying at all. Ham bone, where you been? All around the world, I'm crying again. Go on then, boy. Except 4 years old, like, nice when he speak.
Anthony Braxton's artistry on saxophone strengthened improvisation's ties to jazz, but reminded us that the health of music and all art is change through vision. Braxton's boundless imagination has constantly broken through critical definitions of jazz, making him one of the most controversial figures in modern music.
By saying the real tradition is creativity. The real tradition of our nation has been creativity in every area, but the marketplace has never been able to deal with the composite spectrum of the possibilities. And instead, the marketplace, in my opinion, has sought to narrow the possibilities. And their decisions have been consistent with the overall effort of the conservative movement, including the African American middle class. Well, I'm really an old romantic. Every now and then
Just to keep people on their toes, right?
For me, the challenge of playing solo music involves careful decisions to have a balanced concert, so that I might hopefully hold the listener's attention, or at least in this area of my solo music, I am open to include compositions from the repertoire. Since I've never made real money from my music, once I came to the realization that this was a component in this direction, suddenly it opened up possibilities for me to make deals. Since I'm not making any money from this, and this is not a money thing, I have been open for whatever possibilities would come up in terms of documentation. I took the position in the 60s that if I'm not going to be able to make a living from my work in this country especially, I would not let it stop my evolution or change my aesthetic, but I would also, whenever possible, seek to document my work.
Women presented some of the most powerful and risk-taking music at Shakin' Ray Levi's Festival, defying all stereotypes of female performance. The festival included multi-instrumentalist Amy Denayo of Seattle, electronic percussionist Ikowe More, formerly of Tokyo, Catherine Janot and her gypsy blends of French and English vocals, Birmingham's aggressive violinist LaDonna Smith, and Atlanta's Kelly Hogan, whose vocals stretched the southern tradition of merging rock, folk, and country music.
Stained hands were beautiful and very capable looking. They never frightened me at all. Pay close attention. Pay close
Also appearing at the festival were New York cellist Tom Cora, guitarist and songwriter Bill Taft of Atlanta, and Birmingham's Davy Williams, described as a one-man bridge between Derek Bailey, Albert Eiler, Muddy Waters, and Spike Jones. The Southern improvisers Bruce Kaplan, Murray Reams, Wyman Brantley, Glenn Engstrom, and Craig Hultgren collaborated on what many folks felt to be one of the best features of this festival. They created music together for the first time using guitar, accordion, percussion, soprano sax, clarinet, and cello. Black lights, handmade day-glow costumes, found objects, and papier-mâché set design provided the visually surreal context for Carolina Rainbow's original mythology. The San Francisco band used violin, banjo, guitars, percussion, electronics, and robotic sound sources to create a unique blend of Appalachian and industrial rock music. The group's commitment to integrate the visual with the musical elements of the production made Carolina Rainbow's work an act of true inspiration. Shakin' Ray Levi's music festival can be traced back to the Fossa Lacalo festivals held in the mid-'80s at the Reverend Howard Finster's Paradise Gardens in Summerville, Georgia. Organized by the Levi duo, Dennis Palmer and Bob Stagner, the events have gained regional and national attention and reveal a growing audience consciously in search of new music. The Chattanooga-based duo have emerged as a significant force in improvisational music performance and education in America, and the festival coincided with the release of their first CD on the British label Incus. Athens filmmaker and record producer Andy Pierce collaborated with the Levi's, creating a multimedia event. The Music Festival is one of the many programs of the nonprofit educational organization, the Shakin' Ray Levi Society, incorporated in 1986 as an advocate of quality original music that is often outside mainstream attention and support. The Society's work has brought the vitality of improvisational thinking and action to music, drama, dance, spoken word performance, radio broadcast, educational curriculum, and community-based arts activism.
It's the warmest festival I've ever been to, and people here are really listening well, and you know, all the performers are really listening to each other and playing really well.
Only in our country are our children not receiving the benefits of the dynamic energies taking place in our culture and in the heritage of our culture. And so the work of the Levi Society, in my opinion, is very important because they're seeking to provide an alternative to the marketplace dynamics.
I just want you to meet me, just one place, don't meet me any place, but right here in Chattanooga. Thanks a lot for Bobby Stagner right there. Mr. Edward J is up next. And things are going to swing from that point on. Thanks a lot, everybody.